What's up, guys? My name is OJ Mountain, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with OJ Mountain. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you. I'm glad to be here.
Nice to meet you too. It's so great to talk to you. So, first off, the first thing I noticed about you is that you play the saxophone, and I know you started playing it for your school band. So,
hmm
was it your first instrument?
No, I played this. I played the piano a little bit growing up, like before that, but I didn't really. I really hated it. Like I hated practicing, and so yeah, I don't know. I kind of just dropped it. But I also hated chorus, and so like when then in third grade they made us choose between band or chorus, so that's when I picked the sax, and I didn't really like practicing then either. But then as I got older, I kind of like developed into it and began to enjoy it. Yeah.
And you kept rapping and music like a secret throughout like school. So, I know you were like insecure about it. Do you remember the point where you were like, "Oh my god, I could make this like a real thing. Like I want this to happen."
I mean, I guess it was like a collection of moments, I guess, but I kind of was comfortable keeping it to myself. But then this other kid in my school who also rapped, like he started releasing music, and he was getting all this like, these social points, and everyone thought he was cool because of it. So I was like, wait, like I do that. I've been doing this for years, so like I want to do this. So then that's what kind of first motivated me to like want to put myself out there. And then yeah, I just kind of built up the courage slowly but surely. Like rapping in front of people was definitely the thing that made me more comfortable with pursuing it more publicly because I didn't think people take me serious for a variety of reasons. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And do you have a fondest musical memory?
a fondest musical memory. Jeez, I don't know. Like performance, like it's just like performance wise or just.
Just in general.
Oh man, I mean I could say a lot of things, but I guess when I was a freshman in college, I tripped acid for the first time with my friend, and we were just walking around Temple's campus, and it's when I first like fell in love with MF, the artist MF Doom, because we just had his shit playing around, and it was just like no one around. It was just so surreal, and I just really felt connected to music, I guess, in that moment. But that's just what off the top of my head. I'm sure I could give you, a less pretentious sounding one.
I mean, and your music is described as like abstract hip hop jazz. But how would you describe your music?
I don't know. I try not to honestly, because I feel like if I do, then I'm just gonna like try to only make that, and then I don't know. I guess I would describe it how you kind of just said, like if someone asked me, but yeah, I try to just keep it open. Like obviously hip hop and rap. I did think art rap is a good title too. I don't know. Yeah, I'm inspired by different kinds of music. So
And since like your music has so many layers to it, what usually comes first? Is it the sax? Is it the lyrics? Is it the beats?
well, I only started including the sax in my music pretty recently because I kind of stopped when I got to college, but then I kind of realized it would be cool to reintroduce it. But usually the beat comes first because I don't make my own beats. So usually what will happen is like one of my like producers will like send me something, and then if I want to make a song to it, or I get inspired and I write something to it, like then I'll write, and then I usually add the sax on top. But there have been a couple times where I've added the sax first if it's more like of a jazzy kind of instrumental.
And let's talk about Tossed Amongst the Stars.
Okay.
It's your newest song, and I think it's so cool. So how are you feeling about that track?
Yeah, I like the track. I there's a few promotional errors on my part just because of like a few Facebook updates for my Facebook ads kind of got messed up. But no, I mean I'm glad it's out there. It's yeah, it's an interesting one.
And in your social media, you mentioned that it's also your debut track featuring your alter ego.
Yeah, you did your research. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Cross of Flavor? I'm not sure if I pronounced that right.
Close to the flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the exception of the K, it's an anagram of my name,
Mhm.
the Crosa, because my name is Oscar.
Yeah.
There's this graphic novel I read called Box Office Poison, by Mitchell Robinson. I think that's his name. I might be butchering that, but he there's this it's basically just like this. It's kind of like a Seinfeld. It's kind of like Seinfeld in a comic book, in the sense that like nothing like no like the nothing really specific happens. It's just kind of people living their lives. So and there's this character in the book called Doctor Flavor, Doctor Irving Flavor, and he's like this like old disgruntled like comic book writer that kind of got fucked over by the industry because like he didn't get his like rights to his like book, but then he basically wrote a really famous comic book and he didn't get like his credit for it essentially. So he was like very spiteful. The character of him was very spiteful in the book. Um, and so I kind of took inspiration from that because sometimes I feel like my like natural instinct is to be kind of spiteful, you know, deep down. I don't like act on it necessarily, but so I kind of made this alter ego of called Cro Cross Of Flavor as like this like he's essentially a banished god that like the other gods don't mess with him, and so they like banished him to the human realm, but he's still immortal, so he's like forced to live amongst like humans and their imperfections while still remaining immortal and being a god and like being ever and being all knowing. But he kind of uses that power in like a fuck in like a kind of like a mischievous and spiteful way. So that's kind of that character. I definitely want to make an album solely from that character later, but that's gonna take like me to develop the character more in my mind.
Yeah, do you feel like you'll need to like develop like the storyline too?
Yeah, yeah, because I definitely want to make it conceptual and making sense. So yeah.
And your cover arts are so cool. Do you make them
Oh,
yourself?
thank you. Some of them I do. I made my the one for Frosted Flakes I made entirely by myself. The the Syzygy EP thing was not mine. That was this kid that from my hometown that does paintings, and he's like a good friend of mine. Not a good friend of mine. He's like a good creative friend of mine, I guess. Um, and then for Toss Amongst the Stars, I didn't take that picture myself, obviously, because I'm in it. But like I put it on top of like the background and stuff I made. So I kind of depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah,
Awesome. And
yeah.
when you do you find yourself like creating visuals while you're making the music, or does it come after?
Oh, I wish I was that creatively savvy. No, I mean, yeah, I just kind of like make the music and then kind of try to figure out what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had like a synesthetic mind. I could just see like the cover art already, but yeah, maybe subconsciously I'm not aware. Yeah, I don't know.
This is a fun one. If you could describe your music as an animal, which one would it be and why?
I mean, my favorite animal is a turtle. I don't know if I'd describe my music that way, but shit. I mean, like chameleon or something. I
Yeah,
don't know. Like it's like cool, but it can hide at the same time. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, it can kind of take on different forms.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And if you could play live on any planet, which one would it be?
Any planet?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Um, shit. That's a good question.
thank you.
Um, maybe like Pluto, just because this is like it's the farthest one. So I could be like I could be at the end of the solar system just rapping. It's pretty tight.
That's cool. That's so cool. And last question, do you have any favorite artists at the moment that you want to share?
I mean, I listen to Cool Keith all the time. That's not he's not like a new artist, but like he just like always wacky. I always like listen to him. But yeah, I mean yeah, not off the top of my head besides that, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again. It was so much fun talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.